Hey everyone, and welcome to Shades of Sasha. If you're new here, take a seat, put your crown on. Welcome to the gang. And if you're already part of the gang, you already know what time it is. What's good, baby? So today's video, we're gonna do a summer glowy, nice, simple look. Don't worry, I'm gonna get into the review of the unit later, but I do want to do this. And what I'm gonna do to kind of spice this up a little bit, I'm gonna time myself. It is now 1:48 p.m. and it typically takes me about, I want to say 10, no more than 15 minutes to do this. The longest part is going to be your brows. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera, and then I'm gonna come back and then we're gonna get into like the nitty-gritty of everything that I'm gonna do. So let's do my brows and then come back. Okay, so brows are done. Honestly, it didn't take me that long. The brows, I told you it was 1:48 and now I did my brows as 1:52. So we're gonna actually start the time now that it is 1:52. Now we're gonna start the actual process of what it's like when I'm doing my makeup and what does it look like. So we're gonna go on with this e.l.f. primer first. Obviously, I love it so much that it's almost done. I'm an oily girl in the summertime, so we're definitely doing something that we're not really doing foundation. This is also the same type of foundation look that I go for. If I'm doing something that's like work related, I kind of really don't like all that extra. I don't like too much on my face. I was gonna actually go in with this glow primer, and I think I'm gonna give it a shot. We're gonna also add this kind of like on top. Less is more. This is it's a sheer glow primer by Hard Candy Cosmetics. So I'm just using this little because, like I said, I want something glowy, but I also just know how I am in the summertime and just how things can just be too sweaty for me, and it just kind of irritate my skin, and I don't like that. So I'm just gonna stay away from that. Believe it or not, when it comes to doing my makeup for the summertime, I only use concealers, but some people are probably not gonna really, they're gonna be like, what, this is what you prefer? But I actually do prefer the LA Girl Cosmetics when I'm doing this. I don't really have much, I can't find the shade that I'm looking for, but I'm gonna use this shade in Almond, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just highlight some of the points of my face that I know I would normally go ahead and highlight. I'm gonna skip this part. I'm then words so hard. I'm then going to go ahead and use the LA Girl concealer in dark cocoa for just around the perimeter, because I want to bring, you know, the contour to my face, but I don't want to just like have to be too heavy, and that's why I said I'm gonna use this. And like I said, it usually takes me like 10 minutes to do this specific thing. I'm gonna go ahead and just do my nose at the same time, and I'm gonna also, I really don't really like this foundation, but I'm really trying to give it a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Born This Way concealer in Warm Sand, and I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of do it to the same spot of places that I have highlighted with the thing before. Now, here's a step of what you're gonna do. You're gonna need to just wait and make this dry down. This is the longest part of the process, is because you want these points of your face to dry down and be as tacky but movable at the same time. And while you're doing that, what I typically do is I use a brush like this. This is a Sephora brush. I don't remember what collection this is from. It's from a gift. I had it for about 3 years and they're really fire. So what I usually do is all of the parts of my face that I know I want to be darker, that's where I'm focusing on while this is just drying down. So while the concealer is doing what I needed to do, I'm just going ahead and just making sure I take care of the other parts of my face where I have a darker concealer added. And I'm gonna go ahead with this Natasha Denona contour powder, and this is in the shade 05 Deep. And I go ahead again, same brush, I'm just gonna do this whole thing. And since my hair is done and I didn't do the part yet where I basically blended it in with some powder, I'm just gonna go over my face because I just want it to be warmed up. I want it to come together cohesively. And like I said, this is the part of the summer where I go in with more powder than anything else. I'm gonna now also go ahead and add this Juvia's Place bronzing palette. This one is in dark, and I just go ahead with both colors. I just kind of dip in both and just like bring some warmth and color back to my face. Okay, once that part is finished, it is now for time check 1:57. What I usually do is I go in with a brush and I just want to see where it's at. This is the tacky texture that I want to use, and I'm just going ahead and just making sure that I take my time to blend things out. So I'm doing my chin first. Oh, don't be like me. We left the spot, y'all. We forgot that we needed to do our nose. So I'm gonna make sure I just go ahead and brush this part out so that it's kind of as evenly as possible. Don't worry if you make a mess at this point. It's with the nose, it's fine. It's perfectly okay to do that because all of the concealer which you're gonna use is gonna bring everything back together. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna touch up underneath my eyes. I kind of still think it's a little bit too watery. It's not as tacky as I want it to be, so I'm just gonna skip that step and I'm not gonna do there yet. And I just want to go ahead and make sure that I'm doing the same thing again for the other parts that are here. Once I kind of blend that part out with a brush, I'm gonna actually go in and do it with a powder puff or a beauty blender because I want things to be seamless as possible, and I want it to come together, and I'm just still waiting for this part to just do its job. What I'm gonna do is kind of bring this down because like I said, you are gonna kind of want to create the highlight, but you want to work as simple as possible. For the summertime, I just really think less is more. Like I said, you're gonna know who you are as a person. You're gonna kind of figure out like, okay, if I'm really sweaty, like I said, I'm a very oily girl, so I just know how things are. I think this is going to take me longer than my 10 to 15 minutes, just simply because I have to talk through what I'm doing. And because this is taking longer, I'm going to go ahead and just making sure that I use my fan, because especially if you're in a go, you just need this to move how you need it to move. You don't need it to be holding you up because it's like, girl, you take it forever. One of the next steps that I'm also going to do, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, sometimes I kind of skip if I want to do lashes or not. It really depends. If it's a work event, I wouldn't do that, but if it's not a work event, then I would do it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just making sure that I bring my contour in again for my nose, because like I said, I want things to be as seamlessly as possible, and because I know I'm just not gonna do shadow, so this is also no shadow look, just for those people who may feel like that's where I was gonna go. I usually don't. I just usually go ahead with whatever I'm using for my contour, shader, powder, and just making sure that I use that to fix what I wanted to fix. If my brows, for example, also kind of start acting stupid like I think they are right now, I just go ahead and kind of like fix what I would need it to create the shape back in my face like I want there to be. So gonna go ahead and just make sure I do that. There are times that I will do my brows last, like I'll actually do my brows after I have created like finished my makeup. Like there are times that I pretty much do that as well. So if you're the type of person that did that too, I've learned that with makeup, some days you just never know what's gonna hit and what's not gonna hit, and you just gotta make it work for yourself. Now I think it's a little bit more tacky, yes, like I would like it to be, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend everything out, and I'm just making sure that I'm gonna take my time while doing so. Always move slower and build up. I've always said that. Make sure you're taking your time to just kind of get that done instead of rushing through, because I'm telling you, it's gonna piss you off. So let me just make sure I'm focused on doing that. Once this part is blended out, I'm just gonna show y'all one side, and then I'm gonna do the next side without like talking or anything. I'm gonna go in again with the beauty blender and just making sure that like I'm taking my time to just blend out again what I did with my brush. Now let's do the other side. And now both sides are finished, and this is kind of what I look like. This is not no kind of, this is what I look like. And the next step that I'm gonna do is I always go ahead and use a powder, and I just dust it all over my face. I just go ahead and just kind of like brush everything up. So I go with like a big brush like this, go all over my face, because I just want everything to come together. Once I finish doing this, the next step of what I would usually do sometimes is go in with my powder from MAC Cosmetics. And what I usually do is just go ahead and set every place that's highlighted with this color, because I feel like it just kind of brings light into those spots, but it's mattifying it at the same time, because like I said, as an oily person, I really just try to make sure that it's not going to be super wet when it comes to my face, if that makes sense. Like, I use the most amount of powders as I can, so wherever I have used something that's a liquid, your girl is basically putting a powder. And I go ahead and I dust everything off again by doing the same thing with the foundation brush all over my face. If I feel like I've lost some color or there isn't enough color back to the points that I wanted, I will go back in with this powder from Juvia's Place, and I'll sometimes use the same brush that I use for the foundation, and I just go ahead and put them all in just to make sure that it's like the warmth and all of that is there. And now you see, like, look at her, the color is coming back. It's just coming together cohesively. And yeah, pretty much that's all I do when it comes to my foundation. And then well, my foundation and my entire face. And now I'm gonna go in, I'm only gonna use two, but I'm gonna tell y'all what I would do, what I've unlocked so far. So now it is 2:05. We'll do the math, and I'll put up across the screen how long that it really took me. Like I said, usually for these things, sometimes I won't put on lashes or anything. I'll just go out and I'll just go just like this, because I really love that simplistic, she got makeup, she don't really got makeup on, her face is together, but like an innocent like look where I don't got lashes. And I know y'all see I don't got lashes, so sometimes putting on the lashes it be taking my work away, and it's pissing me off. So what I usually do after this step, obviously I go in and I set my face. For today's look, I'm just going to be using the Flawless mattifying face, the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. Then I'm going to go in with this Super Plus. It's the Super Fix Hold-In Spray by Revolution. And then I usually go in with the one size look on top to just set everything and lock it in. I'm gonna skip this step just because I am gonna do other makeup looks for the day, and I just want to skip that, so I just go ahead and do this. Spray everything together, make sure that I'm drying things down. I do have a setting spray that I do recommend if you really don't want your makeup to move. I'll do later on a different video about my summertime makeup look, and just kind of like how once I have solidified what my makeup thing is gonna be for the summer and it's not gonna move at all, then I'm gonna come and show y'all what that's gonna look like. So pretty much after this part is done, I then go ahead and I spray my face now with the Revolution one. Woo! You're gonna just do this part again, and what you're gonna go ahead and do is some highlighting, and then I'm just gonna do my lips. So I usually use this highlighter from the crayon case. I just really love the way that it looks, and honestly I go in and I use small brushes to just making sure that I do that, and I just do the points of like my nose. I feel like that's the part that it just catches light the most. It's the first thing people are really gonna see when they're looking at you. So I usually go ahead and I just put one on my nose like that. Sometimes I'll go and I'll do it here. Today I'm just going based off of like what I really prefer, and then I'll go and I'll add some right above where my lashes are. If you're a tough person that you know you want to do it on your chin and all of that, you could go ahead and do that. As I said, most of the time when I'm going for my summer look, I don't really do much of that. I think like less for my face is just more, it makes sense. And we're gonna go ahead and, the girls that get it, I do like to put back some of the blemishes that I have on my face just to kind of lighten them up. Well, not lighten them. I like to let people kind of see like, hey, it's here. So I just make sure that I go ahead and I dot them with some type of liquid liner or something. And if I have a pimple or something, I also do the same thing to just kind of give ourselves something. Now, as you're looking, I know y'all can see like the light, the shimmer that's in my face. Like right here is where are the points that I made sure I put the glow primer on my face, and I really do like that primer. I just don't really know how well it's gonna hold up outside in the sun, which is why I was like, I want to really perfect what mine looks like, and then I'm gonna come back and really give y'all the tea. And we're gonna do a look for my lips. I really want to do something that's really glossy and poppin'. So I have to first find my liner, because I seem to never be able to find the liner or the things that I need for my lips when I need to be when I need to have them, which is so odd. And I don't feel like I'm gonna use black, so hold on. Okay, so for my lips, I know the two lipsticks that I'm gonna use. One is my lipstick, but you want to get a brown liner, because we gotta hope. Yeah, we're gonna do a brown liner. This one, I don't even know where it's from. I think it's from the beauty supply store, to be honest, because as I can tell, I really ran through it. And you want to line your lips. I'm gonna try not to overline today. I just really want to try and be as minimalistic as possible. Okay, so this is what the brown is looking like on my lips. I'm gonna make sure that I kind of like want to come in with them. That's the first part with the brown. This lip be on point and just overstarring the other one. Okay, I think they're even now. And then we're gonna go in with two different shades. I'm gonna do this. Wow. I'm gonna use this nude. We're gonna go with these two shades of lipsticks on my lips, and then we're gonna do a gloss on top. We're gonna do this light nude color right there in the center. Don't worry, it's gonna make sense. Like I said, I want something big. And then we're gonna go ahead and use this Flower is the, no, this one is Raspberry and it's by Flower. And I honestly, okay, yeah, so it's a soft matte lip color and it's really pinky. I don't want it to be too pink. I want the color to just pop. So just kind of go and find the blend of what you're trying to go for. I went ahead again and just made sure that I put the mattifying one back on. I'm gonna go ahead with this brown just to make sure that nothing isn't overpowering it, because I want it all to come together. So you're gonna have to play with this as best as you can until it like hits exactly what it is that you are going for. Okay, we're actually gonna use the no filter. We're gonna stick with it. It's like this nude-ish, brownish color, kind of orange. Okay, because I feel like it just kind of brings maybe what I'm going for. I think a light skin, said light skin, maybe for what I'm going for, a clear gloss would have made more sense, but I can't find my clear gloss right now, so we're just gonna go with this and see like what we're working with. I don't know if I really want to put foundation on, not foundation, I don't know if I really want to put lashes on or not, and I'm really not a mascara girl, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna have to see and then come back. But this is kind of what the finished product is looking like, and it is now 2:14. For the most part, it doesn't take long if you have all the stuff. Like I said, it would take you about a good 10 to 15 minutes at most, but it just depends on like how fast you're moving or how little time you're taking. But this is the least amount of products that I use on my face when it comes to like a summertime, or when it comes to like me getting ready to go something to like a professional event for like my job or something. This is pretty much the face that I'm always using. I'm never doing anything that's way more, like this is just it. So thank y'all so much for watching and supporting your girl, and I hope y'all have a blessed and wonderful day.